Basic labbing coming at ya.
Labbing
1.0. Okay, so what you do is we're going out of the West Coast playbook. We don't run the West Coast playbook, but we know that there's popular plays in it. So we'll do that with you and lab it and learn as we go. Popular formation is gun bunch. And then a popular play is what? Mesh post. A lot of cats run mesh post.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you pick your defense, you don't want to do random play. You want to pick a formation. Let's say you play Peter, Paul, Mary, whoever, and he's constantly, all he uses is the 3-4. So you could go by formation. Or if he uses cover 2 predominantly out of nickel and all those other things, he sticks to a particular coverage shell, you go by that. Or you go by cover play, or play type, excuse me. So what we're going to do today, I think we're going to go concept and tamper out of the 3-4 odd. There shows you some plays. You know, you got all your major ones, cover 3 sky, match, Tampa 2, cover 4, obviously. So, but we're going to pick just we're going to start the lab with just a Tampa 2. It's a basic cover 2 that a lot of people make. And again, this is no adjustments, but you're going to start on the hash. It doesn't matter which one. And what we're going to do is we're just going to, there's our play art.
And we'll start, and we'll just, when we snap the ball, we'll just let the play run until we get sacked.
Right.
And let the routes run out.
Yeah, if you just stay in the pocket, the coverage won't change. Everybody will stay home. All the routes will develop, and then we can go from there. So we go in the instant replay, and we'll go receiver by receiver. So we start with square route. That drag route really isn't open. Maybe right there after he clears.
After he passes that backer, I think he's open.
Right, for a possession catch maybe?
For a possession catch. So that's, if you're looking for maybe an easy first down or something like that, that'd be the throw you want to make.
Right.
Because it's pretty certain that you're going to make that catch wide open.
Then we got a wheel route coming out of the backfield. He's open right there. The trick of the wheel route is you almost have to wait till he breaks up the field because otherwise you'll overthrow it. It's almost like not a glitch in the game, but it's a timing situation. The linebacker cheats over at first to honor Coleman, but then he comes back because he sees the drag on the backside. So he's not open until right about there you could throw it. And he knows it too. Look at him. Look how frustrated he is.
He wants the ball so
He
bad.
does. He's hungry. Feed him. It's just practice, Coleman.
Yeah,
take it easy.
Come on.
So then we go to the next route, which is the opposite, or Kittle on a flat route. What are your thoughts? Flat routes are kind of hard in this game.
I think flat routes go 50-50. It depends. Like, a lot of players like to send their D linemen on hard flats, you know, to cover stuff like that, to cover swing routes, other stuff like that. So you really have to wait. It's also a timing route. You'd have to wait till maybe he gets past the numbers.
Yeah, almost right under the numbers there.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to undercut it there. Don't rely on flat routes. Basically what we're saying is in blitzes and things like that, because if they do cover the flats and bring people down in hard flats, that's a pick six.
Right.
So, look, he's got his hand up too. Look at him.
Everybody just wants
a lot of angry players on this team. They're really frustrated. So then we got the next route, which is a drag across the field, coming the opposite way. Now, I've thrown this route, this concept in different playbooks and stuff, the mesh with the 2 drags. If you do throw it to him too early, those 2 drags may compete for the ball. If you're trying to throw it to square, who is this? Is this our X route or I don't know, R1?
Yeah.
Whoever this is, I'm sorry, but if he comes across, he might compete for that ball and disrupt it. So, but you could probably throw it.
I think right after he passes that second backer.
Right after he clears the second backer.
Yeah.
Yep, and there's a nice. He throws his hand up too. Look at him. There's.
I don't know. Bunch of selfish players.
Yeah, there's a lot going on with this team behind the scenes. You know, so his route's going to be open. So that's 3 routes so far that are really open clearly, and then this post route. Wait till he breaks. I still wouldn't throw it because of that linebacker. He could at least come over and make a hit stick or something. But right there probably is a good position for a possession catch.
If you're going to force it, maybe. But I think with the way Madden works, he'll get all the way to Earl Thomas by the time the ball gets to him.
That's true. In slow motion, it's hard to go, guys. But that's going to be a definite timing or how you feel about it. If Earl Thomas continues to backpedal, maybe, but if he's able to recognize that and closes down on it, that's a hit stick. Maybe not a pick, but definitely a hit stick and cause of a fumble. So that route is potential, but you definitely have 3 routes that are going to be open for you.
I think it's very last resort, like if you really need to play a big play. But and
depending if you're playing a human opponent and he's using that linebacker there and comes down sooner, or if he's playing a safety and he wants to come down. So that's basically it. And we didn't throw a single pass. We didn't throw any passes. So as far as timing is concerned, it's pretty easy. And then we're going to switch hashes, and we're going to do the exact same thing.
We'll make some hot routes, too, to kind of get some other routes open that weren't open in the first place. So we'll probably try and get that post open. We'll send Goodwin on a streak at some point.
Right. So there it is. Apparently Baltimore didn't get the memo to take it easy. It's practice. They tried to kill Garoppolo. But so here we go again. We're just going to look at the replay and look at everybody's route. As you move hashes, you're going to see the defenders play different responsibilities because they play to the boundary or they play to the field. So it's good to play it from both hashes. But we're going to go ahead and run it, and then we're going to see Goodwin again. He gets bumped, this time, so that's a little different. I don't think he got bumped the first time.
No, I didn't.
It was a clear release. So
I think he's still open around the same time. Though,
I agree.
After he gets bumped.
And maybe a little bit more space, maybe a couple more feet.
Yeah, it's more lenient this time.
Then we got Coleman again. He's open again, either early or late. This time his hands aren't up. He's a little bit more relaxed. The coach is even out there helping.
He wants to make a play.
Yeah, he wants to block somebody. That's awesome. So I think maybe when we did the timeout, they kind of regrouped and relaxed a little bit.
Definitely.
So there's Kelsey. Now he's open sooner, obviously. There's more field to work with. I'd probably throw it to him at the top of the numbers that time. Just because, look, nobody's really undercutting it. Then we got the next drag route. We're going to see if that changes going to the sideline with less field to work with. Anytime you want to hike the ball.
Yeah, give me a second, man.
Run it. I don't know. Okay, there we go.
Oh.
He gets checked a little bit too. The linebacker doesn't. Oh, he closes on him more.
Yeah,
but there he releases him. There's a lot less space.
Yeah, it'd be definitely a sideline catch.
Right, but he's still open later on.
Yeah.
But see how the linebacker, it's the same exact play, same coverage. It's just, the hash mark depends on what he's going to do. Right. So, and there it looks like he has less space here on this post.
Oh yeah, that linebacker
drops back further. So that's interesting.
Yeah.
So that's why it's important to play it from both hash marks, just so you can truly identify. If you're running a play from the same hash mark all the time, you're really doing yourself a disservice because you're not always going to be on that hash mark. Earl Thomas with his speed and stuff like that, and not necessarily speed, I guess, but just awareness. He can
his
definitely
overall rating. It's just going to give him that extra boost to get to that ball.
So that's basically it, guys. I mean, then from there we can throw some hot routes out there and see what it does to the coverages and stuff. You can put Kittle, your tight end, on a streak. See if that clears out that linebacker drifting back. There's a lot of things you can do, but that's basically the gist of it. And we didn't throw a single pass.
No.
And we've basically broken down the Tampa 2. Then you go on to Tampa or like a cover 3 sky. You can run as many defensive schemes as you want, just to see what each player or what each formation is going to do.
And that's also the joy of labbing. You figure out, rather than watching YouTube videos to find out your cover 3, cover 2 beaters, you create your own cover 2 and cover 3 beaters.
Just through labbing and practice.
Yeah, that they're not meta, so no one knows what's coming to them. So.
Exactly. So that's it, guys. Thanks a lot.
Closing thoughts. One last time to talk some trash before we are done with this show. Closing thoughts. We gonna run a mouse before you guys decide you're gonna click off.
Okay, guys, so that was our video on basic labbing. Again, basic is the key word. one play, one coverage. I think we showed a little bit of cover 3. But for the length of the video, we could have gone over every coverage, but it's just going to take too long. So, but you get the basic gist of it. If you do that, you'll be successful.
And personally, my experience with labbing isn't as much as Pimo's, but I've found out that when I do lab, it helps me find out what works for me offensively and defensively.
Exactly. And like my experience is a complete different. He got into it and started running the games, but after taking many a beating from him, I started, going into practice mode just to try to beat him. But then as I got into it, I don't mind practice. There's days where all I do is practice just because it gives me peace. I like to see what, the breakdowns of the different coverages and stuff like that. And I like that. So if we can streamline that for you and make it more structured to where you can actually become a better player from it, then that's what we hope we can do.
Either way, the importance of labbing is essential for you as a player because it literally just helps you get better at the game.
Exactly, and if you start plugging in what we talked about in our prior video, balls, once you plug in the balls, it really works for getting a better system down and becoming a better player, like really starting to see what the defense is doing and what everybody's responsibility is. It's beneficial.
So be sure to keep an eye out for our upcoming labbing videos where we'll teach you some new techniques and styles.
Exactly, because we always tip and
never tricking.
Dude, that's my line.